Oh, give me a break. Okay, we're live on Facebook. We're live on YouTube. Hey, I am late and I didn't even post. So you guys might even realize I'm doing this video. So let's face it, it's actually been more like 4, almost 5 years I'm doing these. I've been saying 3 years for probably 2 years too long. It's been closer to 5, almost 6 years. Facebook memories reminded me of that. And I've missed, I think, a handful, less than 5 in all this time. And it was mostly due to technical problems. So I'm going to hope people show up. I think they will. Hi, Karen. Hi. Gabby. All right, I'm here. I think this is going to be okay. I can't get everything adjusted just right. All right. How are you doing? I know. You're so bad. Come up. Say hi. Say hi. 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 Oh, nobody's on Facebook yet. Oh dear. Okay, that's different. All right. Yep. Well, he's been glued to me every time I come in the house. So we'll talk a little bit about why I was gone in a minute. Okay, Francine, hi. You're the first one on board. Hi, Elizabeth. Realize people know that I'm. Hi. Hey, Gail. Okay, everyone's coming on board here, so I'm going to sit back for a minute. Please don't poop on my head. Oh, don't poop there either. What a day. What a week. Hi, Kathleen. Rosemary. Orlando was messing my hair up here. All right. Tina. Okay. I'm gonna let people. I can't believe I didn't post that I was gonna be on tonight. How stupid I am. But anyway, I was hoping they'd figure it out. When I put the newsletter out, I was hoping people would realize that I'm back in the saddle. All right. So this was probably the wrong week to run late too, but I gotta stop doing readings on Friday nights or something. It's just hard. I try to squeeze everything in, and then I'm running. So nice and light out later. That's been really a delight, having sunshine, and not at 5 o'clock in the evening when it seems so depressing. Oh my goodness. All right, well, then I guess I'll just talk, okay? I'm looking at my bird like, what's he doing? Oh, he's right on the light hanging over. Okay, so what happened to me? I spent 4 days in the hospital. The new moon kicked my ass. The new moon in Aries. I think I called my doctor at 1:23, and the moon was exact. The new moon was exact at 1:26 on Tuesday. And I'm looking at comments here. Okay. Anyway, I couldn't breathe. There was water around my heart. They still don't know why. I had called a week before. I could feel something building and actually knew something was up. We had 2 snowy Tuesdays and pretty much in a row, or very close to a row. I said, China, I'll just pay you for them because I think I'm going to need you to cover me anyways. I got a feeling something's up. I hope it's just my daughter's wedding in September, but I got a feeling I'm going to need some coverage. And sure enough, they had me go to the ER and they just admitted me right away. So, and kept the shop closed. It was good. And we were open again for business Tuesday. China was, in the shop. She does work, another job, So she kept it open for me Wednesday, Thursday. And I canceled the fare for Saturday. And here we are back. And I'm fine. It was not life-threatening. It was not the most pleasant 4 days of my life. I had IV diuretics. I kept it off Facebook. I didn't really talk much about it. First of all, I love everybody. I was trying to rest. And I really didn't want to answer 2,000 questions, how are you, how's it going? I appreciate the sentiment and people that care about me. I know that. I also, if you caught my post, some of you on Facebook, I'm sure did. My son playing baseball. He's starting a freshman in college. It's a very big deal. Baseball is a very mental sport. It's a in your head kind of thing, especially for a pitcher. And he is a freshman. He's going up against kids who are 22, 23 years old. And he was starting, and he's been playing a lot. They've been putting him in a lot, but starting his first game last Wednesday. And I really didn't want him to know about it. And a lot of my kids' friends' parents are my friends. So I just kept it off. And that way I didn't have to worry about anyone telling him about it. For my ex-husband and my daughters, we don't have to tell him anything. And he still doesn't know. I'm sure he'll be thrilled, but he'll find out at Easter time when he comes home for the Easter holiday. It's not a big deal because it wasn't life-threatening and there were no answers. They still don't know why. So I have a pulmonist, I have a new doctor, and I now know what no salt in your food tastes like. I'm not a salty person anyway, to eat a lot of chips or popcorn or anything like that. I don't particularly salt my food, but I do season my food. So those days are over with. I have had, I've been honest, I've had heart issues. My heart isn't pumping properly, but it is structurally sound. It's strong. There's nothing, there's no reason for this to be happening. I don't drink. I've never smoked. I don't do recreational drugs. I have had no childhood disease that would have weakened my heart. Nothing hereditary, thank God, nothing I'm going to pass on to my kids. All those tests were done. And all I have is all the scar tissue from when you stop sleeping at night, when you stop breathing at night. Not AFib, but can't think of the name of it. My God, when you stop sleeping at night, I failed that test miserably, the sleep study. So I have a CPAP machine, which is absolutely miserable for someone who's claustrophobic to have a thing stuck on their face and air blowing on you. But that is what went on. I was in the hospital. I am fine. I am working hard to go to bed earlier and get more sleep, but there's nothing wrong. My weight, nothing is affecting this. I'm not, it is what it is. They'll figure it out. I have a new pulmonist. He'll hopefully have some answers. So sleep apnea, thank you. So anyway, let me tell you, and I want to say this, it has been, oh my God, it's been March was horrible. And there's things I can't share from clients and family and friends of my kids and horrible. Please don't feel sorry for me. I have had no surgeries. I've had some procedures, okay? I have friends who are dealing with cancer right now. I have friends who are dealing with horrible things, horrible, and much, much younger than myself. And while I am young to be dealing with this, it's not like I don't need a heart transplant. I don't need a pacemaker. It's just frustrating that I'm so tired all the time when I'm so used to having just no end to my energy, but and just achy and sore and tired and just tired all the time, and out of breath. That was where it really got like, wow, because I had a Fitbit a couple of years ago, just wearing it around, and my average day was like between 5,000 and 7,000 steps. That's without adding in the 2-mile walk that I usually would do. So that's frustrating to go from being very physically fit and strong and athletic and busy to just having someone pull the plug. It feels like someone just pulled the plug. Your phone on 5%. It's miserable. Oh my God, I'm looking at this. But my labs are fine. That's the thing, is there's nothing. They can't find anything wrong. They have no idea. It's the left-hand side of my heart. My bottom 2 chambers are pumping slower than my upper 2, which in the bottom 2 chambers control water and energy. It's so tiredness and the bloating that I've dealt with that I've never had to deal with before. That I really am struggling with now. Although, to be fair, I always was period. I would always causing it. They really don't know, and they're being honest about that. So with the pulmonist in the game plan now, along with the electrocardiophysiologist and my cardiologist, they should get to the bottom of it at some point. They tell me they're going to. So we'll find out, won't we? I certainly, but that's why. And honestly, just we're pretty private people. I do know I don't post a lot of private stuff on the internet. I post a lot, but not a lot of private stuff. So I do like my privacy too. So I'm looking here at these comments that are just, lost your mom. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so many people passing. So many animals, pets. I'd be like, I was like going down, like in the hospital. I was like just cursing, like, oh my god, just the loss. So sorry about all of that, and just don't know what to say. How about that? Stop talking about that. Although I gotta tell you, there is not a lot of good to talk about right now. Yeah, I'm looking at this too. Yes. Oh yeah, the live feeds. Absolutely. Absolutely. There's trying to think, craving meat. Did I say I was craving meat? I mean, I'm sadly not a vegetarian, but I remember saying I was craving meat. Who knows? Who knows what I said? Right now I'm craving salads. Okay. Huh. I probably did say that. I do enjoy a good steak, there's no doubt about it, but I've been craving salads the past week or so. Just lots of greens. So okay, iron. All right. Yeah, well that's true. Actually, the doctors always told me to make sure that my daughters ate meat, at least red meat, at least twice a week. For growing girls and developing girls, they need the iron. It's good to be back. So, I mean, there's nothing good to say about the world at large right now. I have nothing I can add to this. Or I shared an article, a really nice little video actually on Pluto going into Aquarius, revolutionary times. One thing I had to laugh, I was waiting to see what would be the tipping point. I've talked about that. What's the tipping point where the people finally get so enraged they take to the streets? It happens. There's a point where it just tips, And I thought it was a banking scandal or the politics or excuse me, some new scandal with any of these, elected officials or but it looks like TikTok might be what does it. People are not happy if they thought of losing TikTok. So I think if the government steps in and decides, especially when we see different elected officials buying stock in all the other social medias, so they think they have ag, but people are enraged at the thought that they could take TikTok. So that could be what, hey, and I say, God bless them. Viva la TikTok, right? Ooh. No, no, iceberg. I'm not. No, I like the other. Oof. No, no. I'm more of the big green. I can't think of the dark green. Well, they do make livings. You're right. And that's it. That's the point of it. Yeah, no, I know Blue Rose Anchor. Yeah, that's true. They want to ban it, but people are not having it. The and that it's got to be the young people. It's got to be the young people, the 20 somethings that lead the charge. And until they get out from behind their screens and hit the streets, and we'll follow. Romaine, thank you, Gail. Yep, and lots of cucumber and green crunchy things. So anyway, we'll see. But until that time comes, they're gonna do whatever the hell they want to do. Nothing's gonna stop them. I just get sick to my stomach with all the barges and the latest, the 10 barges that sank in the river, and our waters are being just destroyed. They'll be toxic and undrinkable, and then when they go ahead and turn into rainfall. They'll destroy the croplands. I mean, this is horrible, horrible stuff. So are we manufactured? So I don't know. I'm really okay. Just I'm going to say, Chase, just make sure that you talk to people before you move forward with anything. Make sure that you're not, these are very strange times. Yeah, no, I know about iceberg lettuce. It's not good for rabbits. That's how I know about it because I had rabbits for so long, and it's one of those things that they get it sometimes, but not that often. Um, yeah, if you're going to move forward with anything legal, with anything that's justice or bringing the truth to light, do your homework. Don't just assume that you have momentum and it's going to work out because there's a strong fraction that's hell bent on keeping things exactly the way they are, and it's going to be tough. Yeah, the iceberg is okay for part of the lettuce, for part of a salad, but not for the whole salad. You don't want to have a whole just iceberg salad. For one thing, it's mostly water. It doesn't have a lot of nutrients anyway. It just makes helps fill out the base, but romaine is a better choice and other greens. So I like kale, but too much kale is bad for you too. So I usually put kale in my soups and my stews. I cook it in things. But, all right, guys. So what else? The spring mix they sell at the grocery stores when they have like dandelion greens and different types of lettuces and greens, and those are really good too. So what else? Anything else, guys? It seems like the mundane is Thanks, Peggy. Take care. I'm gonna stop talking in a minute because I'm just rambling on here. Um, does yeah. Thank you, Greta. I like to chop it fine and put it in soups and stews, and it makes a really nice thick good base for that. Okay. Um, what else? Metaphysically, people are just dealing with the day to day. I think just trying to keep food on the table, and we still have our heat on, of course, and trying to tone that down a little bit. Those heat bills. And let's see. I want to see. How do you know if someone is having, oh my gosh, or giving blockage to you and being an energy vampire? Thank you, Jennifer. Hmm. How do you know? Yeah, Tracy, that's true. Hey, Tammy, how you doing? Here. How do you know if they're an energy vampire? Well, first of all, you trust your instincts. If someone, when someone walks in the door and you immediately feel like, oh God, this one again, there's your first sign right there. It's really important. I learned this when I worked for the Department of Mental Health, and it's interesting how it actually transposes over into our spiritual practices. But they, yes, I know, Lou. You should always have swing room. Okay, it's roughly 3 between you and another person. You don't let them get into your aura space. Now, and they call it swing room because literally mental health patients could just decide to swing at you. So you want to be out of the swing, but you always want to allow 3 feet between you and another person. Be careful who hugs you. Be careful who you let get closer to you than that. When people try to get up close, take a step back. You can do it subtly. I do it all. Just take a step back, block. You want to always protect your heart chakra. I talk about it all the time. Wear something over this part right here. This is where you take your psychic hits. A little protection oil. If you're Christian, wear a cross. Pagans wear a pentacle. I do. A dark stone. anything that's going to protect this area. In shamanic Mongolian shamanism, they actually wear a plate. And this is a very old practice. This isn't something new agey, woo-woo. This is something that's been going on a long time, the idea that you protect this area. Amethyst for some people, sure. Smoky quartz is another good choice too. But anything that I personally like obsidian because it's a mirror, so it reflects back out. I'm big with mirror magic anyway. Goodness. Like if you say you want to go for an ice cream shop across town, plans go. As soon as you say, the plans fall apart. Yeah. Sounds like someone you need to have distance from. I don't. I don't always look for the metaphysical or the spiritual reason for it. I know some people just really like to screw the pooch. Some people love to stir the pot. They love to make trouble. They love to see you suffer. They love to play mind games. And the more I'm alive on this planet, the more I'm shocked at the people who really do like to do that. They enjoy it. They get a physical thrill from it, and they pick up energy from it. And the thing is, you don't engage. You absolutely, shields up, and you don't engage with these people. I'm blessed because the people who come to my store, 99% of them want to be better people. They want to protect themselves, their families. They're looking for ways to open doorways to abundance or more prayerful or more spiritual lives, peace of mind, tranquility, all those good things, good health for them and the people they love, their businesses. And they're really not looking to hurt anybody. They just the opposite. They just want to make things go smoother. And that's where I really believe all the oils and the stones and the plants and the herbs and all the things, they help. They're not a tool unto themselves, but they help. Anything that's going to put you in that frame of mind is going to help you. And this is what we've been practicing all these years. I'm 16 years in business. This is what it's been for these times right here, to keep us calm. We don't want to panic. Hate is not the opposite of love. Fear is. You don't want to be afraid going into this time. And it's very hard. I say that. We all worry about our kids. I hear it every day. Don't care about myself, care about my kids. Worry about my grandkids. Worry about the future children. That's what we're worried about. I can go tomorrow. I've seen what's over there. It's wonderful. I'm not afraid to die, but I don't want to leave this kind of mess for my family, right? Thank you, Brian. They see something negative. Yeah, but that's intentional, Chase. Some people really like doing that. Thank you. So, Blue Rose Anchor, I'm going to agree with you. I'm not a big one for hugs. I'm judicious. And then I talked about, so I wrote a post yesterday. Wednesday was my first day back in the shop was insane. It was back-to-back readings, my little $5, 10-minute readings. I had readings going into the evening, phone calls. It was wild. The shop was wild. Sales. I was tired, and it was just the opposite. Thursday was very quiet. Friday's been just neutral, I guess. Got the newsletter out and all of that. But I wrote a post because one of my readings on Wednesday just affected me so strongly. And it's on Facebook. I posted it on my personal page, Laura Lenhard, which is open, about not letting people take advantage of you, not allowing it. And it was a long post. I think I have 145 people who read it, and about 40 some people made comments and long comments because it really spoke to them. This idea of people who just will take advantage of you, and it doesn't affect them. People ask me all the time, that person, they broke my heart. Are they going to feel sorry? Are they going to regret? Are they thinking? I'm like, no, they're not. I'm not just telling them, I'm looking at cards. No, they're not. They're not laying in bed going, wow, I was so mean to that person. Wow, I'm going to be sorry for that one day. They're not. Let go of that. If you're trying to get better thinking that this person's going to have horrible regrets and come to you one day with this big apology, no. There was an episode of The Big Bang Theory, and I used to like watching that show back in the day, and where Leonard's bully shows up at his house. And they meet up. he's in a restaurant or something, or a bar that they're at, and he makes a big point of being sorry, and how mean he was to Leonard, and how he, did these things, and Leonard feels bad because he's so drunk he can't drive. He's, well, you can't drive. Come back to our place and sleep on the couch. And it turns out that was all just a big drunken rant. Because the next morning when he slept it off, he was just as nasty as he could be to Leonard. He was mean. He was demanding. He was making fun of him again. So no, guys, people don't necessarily feel sorry. I'm gonna say maybe out of 100, you might get 10% that have a conscience that says, wow, I was an asshole to you. And I can, and all my years of reading, and I at this point, thousands of people I've read, I had one woman once say to me, I blew it. I blew the love of my life. I ruined it. I had someone who was wonderful. I cheated. I was terrible, and I'll regret it for the rest of my life. That's one person who acknowledged that they really ruined a good thing. I heard it one time, guys. So no, don't sit there and wonder if somebody, wow, they stole money out of my purse. Where's the karma? Karma goes through lifetimes. I worship a Hindu goddess. I've studied Hinduism, and I can tell you, there's books written on karma. There's whole books written on the topic, and it isn't something that is an instant. Sometimes you see it, but it goes over lifetimes. It's and all karma is universal balance, and the universe just wants balance, and it has no emotional component to it. Doesn't go like, oh, well, this person's feelings were so hurt, so this person's feelings also must be hurt. No. It's balance, and there's no emotional component. So people do get that wrong a lot. All right. Basically, live your life, be the best person you can be, but there's no reason to take shit from people. There's no reason to be a doormat. There's no one up in heaven going, good for you. Dad was mean to me. I'm your mom. I died. So now you're taking care of dad in my place. No, they're not doing that. No one is cheering you on being a doormat. No one is. Nobody wants that for you. You're not meant for that life. No one's meant for that life. Okay. So it is a narcissistic trait, but it's more than that too. There's something that it's selfishness, and every selfish person isn't a narcissist. But this entitlement, I can't call every entitled person a narcissist, but this idea that, I had one woman once come in, and I was reading her cards, and again, I try to talk too much about people, but there's been enough time has gone by. If I write about you, I've asked your permission. Trust me. I've asked if I could share your story. I changed names. But this one woman, she was renting a room. She was so burdened with her student loan debt from her kids. She had taken out loans for 2 kids, big loans that she signed off on. And they had gone on to live, have wonderful careers, live in big, 4-bedroom colonial, 2.5 bath. They were living a life. And their mother was renting a room, working up into her, late 60s. There was no sign of being able to stop. And when I said, why don't they take the loans back? They said, I signed them so they were mine. What? What? How do you sleep at night in your beautiful home knowing your mom is living in someone's room of a house that she rents, and she's working up in her 60s, exhausted, because you won't take your student loan back and pay it off? And I've heard stories, I could tell you stories that would just curl your hair, the stuff I hear. And it's horrible. It's just horrible. Yep. So you don't have to do that. You don't have to, and it's hard for us because we want to make people happy, and we don't like saying no because we know how it feels, and we know what it feels like when you don't have enough of something, or you really need something. But they'll borrow money and they'll never pay you back. When I first opened the shop, I don't consign. I've never consigned. I pay cash for things. And in the very beginning, I would have some crafters come in, and they'd show me this what they make. I'm like, that's really interesting. I'd love to carry that in my store. You know, they're like, well, I'm saving up to buy more materials. I said, well, here's what I'll do. We agreed on a price. I said, I'm going to pay you half now. Make the product, I'll pay you the other half when you bring in the product. But here I've paid for your goods and your and I'll pay you for your time when you come back in. And I can't even tell you how many of those people never showed up again. They never showed up. They never brought me. I paid them, and no, they never came back. And then people that I really thought would know better. I didn't always end well for them. I'm not going to lie to you, but it's only in that. Well, I'm a witch. You should not screw me over. That's not nice. I know what you did. And I reached out, and it was just like completely ignoring me. I had one person once, I'll never forget this. They came to my shop with somebody who was reading. They also did a reading for somebody. So they made money while they were there. Did a reading, and they put together this big order, all these stuff that they wanted, and it was well over $100 worth of things from the store. And when it came time to pay, they were like, "Oh, I don't have my credit card with me." I'm like, "Oh." Now again, they came in with somebody who was reading for me, and I was like, "They're like, these are Christmas presents. I really need them. Can I send my husband with a credit card, and he'll pay you, when you're open next week?" I'm like, okay, okay. Well, next week came, I never saw them. End of the week came, and I waited till after New Year's because they said Christmas. And I reached out. I said, oh, he never came. He's gonna come this week. I'm like, okay, well, that week, another week, another week. And this person made drums, like made handmade drums. And I said, listen, obviously there's a problem. How about this? How about just trade me that much money in drums? Then we'll make it a trade and I'll just resell the drum. Fair enough, right? Nothing. I mean, nothing. Not a comment, not a word. And, their house burned down. Their house burned down. They wound up living with the person that brought them to my shop in the first place. And I'm not saying I burned their house down. I'm just saying I didn't wish them anything great because I thought it was a shitty thing to do. And no good's going to come to you. I mean, that's the difference between, I'm not going to wish you blessings and goodwill if you really think that that's okay to do to me. And yeah. Hey, Crystal. Let's see here. My brother is nearly 50 and still, oops, can't read that, hold on. And still expects my mother to pay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I get that a lot, by the way. Yeah, no, it's once a kid's in their 20s and working, you help them, give them a gift or whatever for the holidays or Christmas or their birthday, but a kid ever going, people lose their jobs, things happen, but yeah, I know. I have 35, 40, 45, 50-year-olds that are still sleeping on their mom's couch and she's still doing their laundry and and that's on them. I mean, I'm not judging anybody either. I'm just saying that, and maybe the mother doesn't want to be alone either. I'm talking about people who deliberately set out to take advantage and lie. I know lots of women who in good faith handed their credit card over to a boyfriend or a fiance and said, here, buy that thing you need. And they went on a spending spree, charged the card up to the max and was like, I'll pay you back, and then never did. I know lots of people who in good faith let their significant others know their passcode to their debit card and have their bank accounts wiped out. And you know what? There is no legal, my God, I'm tired. There's no legal ramifications for that. If you give someone your credit card, you can't say they stole it. If you give them, how'd they get your debit card number? Oh, I gave it. Well, then you gave it to them. If you get scammed online and you give someone the information, that unfortunately it's going to be on you, not them, because you gave it. So that's something else to think about. It's like when you let someone borrow your car and they crash it. You can say, well, they're going to pay me back. I'm going to make them. Well, good luck with that. I know lots of people who it doesn't work that way. Okay, I'm done talking about this sad subject. It's just, but you can read the post if you want to, and the comments are very illuminating. And I guess a lot of people, a lot of us do need to keep that lesson in mind, that we don't let people just walk all over us. And that doesn't mean being cruel or mean, doesn't mean you never hug anybody. I mean, you never shake anyone's hand or reach out and, that doesn't mean that. It means you're just judicious in who you help. And not always with a mind, I only help, I don't help with an eye to getting it back. That's fine. I always say I don't give money that I don't lend money I can't afford to give. That's what I say. That's my saying. If I can't afford to give it, then I don't lend it because there's no point. Because too many times I just don't get it back. All right? Yeah, Pam's saying how that feels. Yep. Probably my husband's brother. Yep. It's rampant. I just couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep at night knowing somebody was working and doing without because of my selfishness. All right, I'm going through cards. It's getting really late. It's 11 o'clock. And we're doing Tarotscopes. For anyone new who's here, I'm doing the 12 signs of the zodiac. It's a 6-card spread. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The top card of the triangle is the situation. The next 2 cards are what are directly impacting the situation. And the last 3 cards are what I see as possible outcomes. I'll tell you what cards I'm pulling. I try to read to teach. So if you read tarot cards yourself, please make a note of what cards I'm pulling. Pull them yourself and see how you interpret them. Okay? I'm sorry, I'm looking at your shades. I asked about hexing. I cannot. Oh my goodness. Copy the comment. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So I guess, who are we starting with this week? I think we're starting with Aries. Yes. Oh, please. I should say. So our fairs are back on. And Grace is in on Tuesdays. Grace is my young reader. She does the $5 10-minute readings, and she's quite talented, quite gifted. And by all means, please come see her. And tomorrow, I have Pina and Sherry in the shop. And I have a couple of new readers I've added. Edmund is in now. This will be like his second time this month being in the shop. And Joanne is my newest reader. I'm very excited. So she's in on the 15th with Pina. All the descriptions are in the newsletter, and the newsletter is posted on my Facebook page. So if you don't get the newsletter, you can sign up for it on the website, or please check it out on Facebook. I talked about, oops, I'm sorry. Karen's and my comments were ignored. Oh no, I'm sorry, Ruthie, I didn't see it. When I was talking, I probably didn't see it, and it scrolled by really fast. Okay. All right. Who am I starting with? Am I starting with Pisces or Aries this week? Who knows? I said I was going to write this down, and of course I didn't. Who did I start with? So I didn't read last week. So who did I start with? I think it was Aries. Do you remember? If not, I'm going to start with Aries if nobody remembers. Aries this week. Okay, good. I thought so, Brian. Thank you. Okay, here we go. Aries. All right, ready? Aries. Justice reversed. Ugh. The Hermit reversed. The Ace of Wands. The King of Swords reversed. The Seven of Wands. The Seven of Cups. All right. Not the most fantastic cards. Unfair situation. Okay. Choosing to isolate yourself and work, basically. Work and create. Okay. Ace of Wands. So really, I want to, and something that's funny. I have a lot of Aries friends, and they are doing exactly that. They really are. They are isolating themselves. King of Swords reversed, Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups. Oh boy. You know, it's almost like you're working to ignore unpleasant people, like I just said. King of Swords reversed, I don't like that card. Usually it's a bully, it's somebody who's not being fair. You're not sure what to do about it. Doesn't mean every Aries has a bully in their life, but the King of Swords reversed, I don't like the card. Seven of Wands. It's basically trying to work through problems, especially communication problems. You know, the sword cards are always communication, air. I don't see it as being sickness or anything like that. I'm seeing it more like, and then this would be true for an Aries, okay? It's like, I can't risk saying the wrong thing. If I say the wrong thing, I'm going to set everything apart. I'm going to, you know, I'll burn the damn house down. So let me just say nothing and just focus on my work. And while I figure out what I'm going to do next. Okay. Oh, thank you, Virginia. Okay. That's Seven of Cups, not sure how to handle it. So I'm not going to handle it. That's what I'm seeing. It's like, I'm just going to focus on work and clear my mind and isolate myself, keep myself away from people who are annoying me. I will say right now, the energy is combustible, and that is particularly difficult on signs like Aries and Scorpio, Sagittarius to some degree, who tend to be more combustible in nature anyway. All right. And Aries, I congratulate you because that really is the high road for you. Just leave me alone. I'm going to work on my shit. I'm going to do my thing on work. I'll figure it out, but I'm not going to figure it out right now. All right. Not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to handle it, but I'll keep myself busy so I don't hurt anybody. All right. Thank you, Chase. All right. That's what I got for Aries. Okay. Taurus. Taurus. Really. My God. Seven of Swords. 10 of Wands. King of Wands. Judgment reversed. Temperance reversed. Two of Coins. Well, these cards honestly speak to me to gossip, unpleasant work conditions, but mostly gossip and talk. A lot of pressure being put on you, a lot of possible blame being put on you. And it does feel like it's a work-related issue, okay? I'm looking at the King of Wands. I mean, right now you're there because of the paycheck. It's interesting, and I always say signs that are conjunct, there's similarities. So for Taurus, it's like, I'm going to work because I need this paycheck, and ignore the bullshit. You know, Aries is like, I'm just going to be busy and keep myself busy so I don't hurt somebody. Taurus is not going to jeopardize their job. I gotta say, the job itself feels secure, Taurus, but the environment right now, there's something going on that is not savory. They're either blaming you for something you haven't done, or trying to pin something on you that you haven't done, and the pressure is on you. We'll throw one more card just for clarity here. High Priestess reversed. Looks like you're kicking yourself a little bit there, Taurus, because you should have seen this coming, or you're saying you should have seen this coming. It's someone that you didn't trust. You either let them know something personal about yourself, you let them in, and now they're or you confided in somebody. I want to say you confided in somebody. It was a false sense of security you had there with somebody. So now you're like, well, I brought this on myself. Well, you really didn't bring it on yourself. When's it going to end? You may start looking for another job. And when I say another job, you may look to be transferred out of the department, or just, I'm seeing you going in another direction. Not right now, because you'll do it when it's right for you, and you're not going to do anything to jeopardize your money. But this idea of the Fool, you may just decide to take off in another direction, really and truly. Okay? Oh, Suzanne, hi. Okay, so just do me a favor, call my shop. You want to schedule a reading, and just give me a call, and we'll talk. And the newsletter, which is posted on the Facebook page, all the readings, what I do, when I do them, is all listed right there. Thank you. Okay. I will tell you, in most of my readings this week, I even did some in the hospital. Every time I told a nurse what I did or where I worked or whatever, because I was right in Griffin, so I'm right in Derby. Either came to my store, they knew my store, or one of their kids came to my store. But anyway, a lot of entrapment, a lot of sense of I can't breathe. Ironically, for me who couldn't breathe, but the sense of I can't breathe, I can't get out of this. Really awful, like that Nine of Swords. That I'm bound to this, Shouldn't send a hex to someone who's crossed me. I mean, the best thing you can do when someone crosses you is remove yourself, okay? You have to be careful when you're sending energy that you're not going to hurt one of their children, or you really don't want to do that. That's I mean, me, I make sure anyone around is protected before I go at anybody. And I'm more about the, what you wish for me, I wish for thee times 3. I'm more of that eye for an eye kind of person. You owe me money in business? Well, maybe you're gonna have a hard time getting business. How's that? Maybe your business reputation is gonna suffer here. Maybe I'm gonna help that along a little bit. If you really can't be trusted, then why should? And I look at it this way. Here's how I look at it. I don't want to get away from this reading here. I've got Gemini, but I look at it this way. Everyone talks about karma, but maybe it's part of our dharma. If someone really is a liar, if someone is going to take advantage, if somebody is, then maybe it's behooves the world at large that they never hurt somebody again. What's that crazy song? That whole cheating song where you drag the keys across the car and do all this stuff because you won't cheat again now. So I want to say, if you're going to send energy, make sure that you're clear what happened to you. And if it's something to be handled on the mundane, handle it on the mundane. Sometimes the worst thing you do for somebody is cut off their supply to you, cut off their access. Sometimes that's the worst thing you can do, is just, I'm no longer available to you. Like I said in the piece I wrote, like, I no longer have anything, I have nothing more to give to you. So Carrie Underwood, yep, that song. So that's the thing is chase. A lot of people want to send off. I also like mirrors. I love working with mirrors. So it goes back to exactly where it was, return to sender. I like that sort of work too. But I am careful when you want to wish someone pain, or if you want to take from somebody. You really can't be vague. You need to be really clear what you're doing. So I'm looking at this. I'm so sorry at the comments. So the light is right here. The ring light makes it very hard. Yep. And children are right there. I shared once, I can't find it. It was a Bokor out of Haisha who does these videos, and he shared one that was so excellent on magic, and he said it so well with that beautiful accent, But he talked about magic, and a practiced magician, someone who's been doing it a long time, it's like a sniper. All right, they one shot, they'll get you, right? But an unpracticed magician is working with a shotgun. And that just goes everywhere. So when you wish pain or you want hurt on someone, if you're not careful, I mean, what pain could be worse than losing a child or having their child get sick? You're like, well, no, but I wanted that. But what did you wish for? You know? And the most vulnerable, magic takes the course of least resistance. It's like water coming down a mountain. So when it's coming down the mountain, it goes around it goes down fast and hard when it first comes down, but then you'll go around a rock and over the roots but it takes the easiest route down. And magic is the same way. It takes the easiest route to gain the effect. So we have to be careful. I mean, a great example is this. For the past couple of months, I've been saying, I need a week off. I need a week off. And just under my breath, I need a week off. Well, I got a week off, didn't I? I should have been more careful. A rookie error on Laura, okay? To say, on a warm, sandy beach looking over a crystal ocean on a hot, sunny day. That's what I should have said. Not just, I need a week off. Because I did get my week off, didn't I? See? See how that works? Same thing applies. We're always listening. Once you open the doors to spirit, they're open. Once you start saying, I'm going to live a spiritual life, and you're going to start reading cards, or you're going to start talking to people, or you're going to be held to a higher standard. Pina always says to me, we get hit harder, we get smacked harder than the average person does, because we're supposed to know better. So you don't get to half-ass it. All right? Right. And people are going to do that, Chase. People use magic as an ego. We talk about the ego in this all the time. And there's a lot of people who are in it purely for ego. And even in the psychic fairs, not my readers, but people tell me they go to these fairs and it's all about psychic one-upmanship. Who read what famous person, who saw something happening. And I'm like, honey, if you didn't see 9/11 happening and calling someone to alert the buildings, I don't want to hear it. No one warned anybody for Sandy Hook shooting, did they? So I take everything with a grain of salt. And luckily we don't have those kind of egos in the shop that were mine. But I do hear it, and it's not cool. All right. I always tell people with readings, we're not curing cancer here. I've saved lives. I know that, and a lot of my readers have too. Directing people to the hospital, talking about specific problems they need to address. Absolutely, getting them out of bad situations. No doubt. I'm not a hypocrite, and I wouldn't have readings happening in my store if I didn't feel that they were bringing something to the table and truly helping people. At the same time, what some people are charging for readings, I would want Jesus Christ to come out of the clouds, come down, throw tarot cards. I want the cure for cancer. I want winning lottery numbers. I mean, some of this is just crazy money, Pay what you want to pay. And some folks don't think they're getting good reading if they don't pay a few $100s. But that's not my take on it, okay? I'm a big one. I'll teach you how to do it, and you do it for yourself. All right. Thank you, Virginia. All right, guys, I'm gonna get moving here because it's getting late. So we're on Gemini. Gemini. We have the Queen of Wands, the Six of Wands reversed, the Star, Death reversed, Wheel of Fortune, Page of Cups. Well, I love the idea of Gemini being the Queen of Wands because I love that card. It is someone who's very kind, who's well liked, who enjoys being at work, who people enjoy having them around. They're the friends, just a wonderful, happy person that everyone likes. Six of Wands reverse is a lack of movement forward. And again, we're looking at work again. Excuse me. But the star is shining on this. I'm looking at a new opportunity coming in, doing something totally different, and it may be for Gemini that it's going to let you have more time with a young person. If you've got young children, maybe you're working out of the house. It's really changing what you do and going in a whole new direction. It looks very successful. But there's a child in this here, whether it's a grandchild or a child, and I want to say you're spending more time with them. It's very productive and very good. Hang on, I'm going to read that comment in a second. But the sun is shining on this decision. I'm going to throw one more card here. Crying over spilt milk. Yeah. I think there's some disappointment in your current situation that really maybe you put a lot of energy into something thinking it would move forward and it didn't, thinking there was going to be some sort of advancement and there wasn't. But yet I'm seeing something totally new coming in. For God's sakes, jump on it because it looks really good. And again, there's some wonderful energy around that. If it's not a young person, then it's fresh energy, or it's a sense of renewed love or renewed excitement at what you do. And I like that for Gemini. I really do. But I still feel really feels more about kids than anything else, or a kid. All right. Okay. So Francine says, yes, I said I needed a few days off. And I ended up getting them not on a beach, but on my sofa with a staff with a sinus infection. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yep. Not the time off I was expecting. No, we got to be more clear about that. And I'm not one to lay in bed, so I was jumping up and going to the bathroom constantly because I was having IV diuretics, and every time I'd get up, I'd be running in place or marching in place, anything to keep moving and not be stagnant. I couldn't stand it. Ugh. Anyways, I'm not one to lay in bed. That is not my thing. Okay, Cancer. We have the Queen of Coins, the Nine of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Knight of Wands reversed, the Two of Swords, and the Queen of Swords reversed. Eh. Okay, Cancer, how do I put this together? Shit. So Cancer is the Queen of Coins, very appropriate. Cancer of all the three water signs does appreciate security, home. They rule that house, the fourth house of home and childhood memories and motherhood. So it's a very they like money. They're just like the earth signs. They tend to like that security. I'm looking at Nine of Swords. It's a lot of anxiety. Two of Wands is normally a card I love because it speaks to an opportunity that kind of lands in your lap. That wonderful partnership or someone calling and being like, hey, are you looking because we're hiring, or I could really use you to help me out with something, and that's really great. But I gotta say, I want to say, Cancer, you're hesitant to go, and it's rocking a hard place because there's somebody involved in this that is nasty. Queen of Swords reversed is a horrible female, and I think you're reluctant to join in. Could be a friendship thing. It could be a group thing. A friend group thing where there's just one person who's making it really difficult for you to want to join in and go with the group. She's just horrible. A lot of anxiety. And one of those people we were talking about earlier who enjoys provoking anxiety, right? Oh, Cancer. Four of Cups, what to do? I don't know what to tell you. I don't see you giving up the friend group. I don't see you with this Two of Wands here. It's like they want you. She just insinuates herself in. Okay, this is just somebody who is, and it could be a group of people from work. You know what I mean? And it's like, hey, join us after work. And it's like, oh, she's gonna be there. Okay, no, but it's not a good idea. At some point, you should go out with people from work. It's that's been shown. It benefits you in terms of the long haul and promotions to be seen as a company person. Sometimes certain jobs require it. Some jobs it's just a good idea. You just for one drink or an appetizer and get out of there. But you don't want to be antisocial if like your company culture is a golf culture and you're going to pick up some clubs at some, or a tennis culture. You're probably going to be playing tennis at some point in time if that's the culture of the business you're in. This is a real problem, though, Cancer. I wish I could tell you what to do, but it's a rock and a hard place because she's not going nowhere. And I think you're going to have to, it's so funny. So we're talking about putting up wards and guards and not shaking hands and not hugging people. It's like that, how you're going to be and just somehow physically put other people in front of you as sort of like human shields so that you're not in this person's sphere, that 3-foot radius I talked about. Because I think you're going to have no choice. I think you're going to have to, at some point, be with these people. Ugh. I'm sorry for that. This is one of those damned if you do, damned if you don't kind of things. That Two of Swords is hanging over the whole situation. But the point is, they do want you there. So you got to take that into consideration too, okay? You don't want to be there. I get that, but they want you there. And you've got every right to be there too. Sucks though. Especially if you work with someone all day long, or they're, and you're with them all day long and you're going to go have some recreational fun or relax a little bit. And oh, you're there. How great is that, right? Okay, Leo. Ooh, the 6 of Coins. The Page of Swords reversed. The 10 of Cups reversed. The 4 of Coins. The 4 of Swords. And the 3 of Swords. These cards suck ass. Man. You look these up in a tarot book, they're going to say, sucks ass. I'm telling you right now. Ain't nothing good here. Except this first card, which is fantastic. The 6 of Coins is like a bonus, is like a money showing up in wonderful ways. It's a wonderful card. And in fact, the money does bring some relief. Okay, this 4 of Swords is relief there. I don't see you particularly happy where you are living. There's something unhappy there. The 4 of Coins has you worried about money. The 3 of Swords is kind of heartbreaking and sad. Page of Swords reversed. There's either someone that has stopped talking to you, something in the home. There's some lack of communication. Someone's not, and it's really hurting you. Okay, so there's a peace of mind where I think the money situation, the money component gets relieved, but that doesn't fix the emotional component, which is still very difficult. It's making it very hard for you to be happy under your own roof. Okay, this sense of, what else can I do, or what else could I, what other hoop can I jump through? And I don't love it. The Knight of Cups reversed. This is one of those situations where you're not being appreciated, Leo, and that's, for a Leo, that's insane. They must be respected. They must be respected. So here you are. It's like, doing your best and your game is good, and it's just not enough for somebody. You're not enough for somebody, and there's a sense of real heartbreak around that, because I feel it's somebody that you really care about, possibly one of your children. All right, it feels like it's somebody that should appreciate you a lot more, someone that you've actually really helped. And so again, going back to that whole earlier topic about people not appreciating, but I don't think you're going to do anything about it right now, Leo, but it's definitely making you think. And I don't see you moving. I don't see you making any big changes right now. And I will say that the sense of this money, you may take that money and be a little selfish yourself with it. It's a little self-care. And maybe you're going to take a vacation with the money instead of, you've always given the money and helped out and done whatever. Maybe you spend the money on yourself, because there is a sense of, I need a break and I'm taking a break and respite. Okay. Right. Oh, Virgo. Let's hear something good for Virgo. Seven of Coins reversed. Page of Coins reversed. Ace of Swords. 9 of Coins reversed. 5 of Swords. And the Tower reversed. Okay, Virgo. Well, the Seven of Coins reversed asks the question, how can I make money? Or how can I make more money? Or what else can I do to make money? That is what the, and it's interesting because it's reversed. It's kind of like, I know how else I can make money. I know, I have an idea. Page of Coins reversed. It's not going to happen right away. Ace of Swords, but you're putting things in motion, and the motion is good. Nine of Coins reversed. It's something, I will say, what I'm seeing here with this Five of Swords and the Tower reversed is the Five of Swords is seeking legal advice, professional advice. And then the Tower reversed is you, Virgo, making chaotic changes. It's like playing an amazing game of, okay, well, this won't work, check that out. Okay, this won't work, check that. This won't work, check this out. All right, you talk to somebody, it's like, oh, you can do it, but you've got, this is how it's done. And it's like, okay, Eight of Cups. I really think you're going to do what you're going to do. It's a good plan, but you're going to do it someplace else. Eight of Cups has you leaving home, so you may just be that you're like, okay, none of my ideas work here in this setting. So guess what, guys? I'm taking my ball. I'm going home. I'm removing myself, and I'll take my skills, my talents elsewhere. Do my own thing. Had someone in the store today. They've been doing the same job for 21 years. They know their job inside out. They're going to work for themselves. Like, I've been making somebody else rich for a long time. Time for me to take it on the road and do it for myself. That's what I'm seeing here for Virgo. It's like, okay, this won't work. This won't work. I want to say probably Virgo, you've been told that, can't, no. Well, but you're gonna take it and go. Do it someplace else. All right, Libra. Okay, Libra. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Libra, Ace of Coins reversed, the Devil, the Sun reversed, the Three of Cups, the World reversed, and the Hangman. All right. So, Ace of Coins reversed is not the greatest money card, obviously. It's attached to toxicity, and the Sun reversed, which is failure. What's interesting is that I'm seeing Three of Cups and the World reversed and the Hangman, which actually is a lovely. So it's kind of like, and this is a terrible analogy. It really is a terrible, but what pops in my head, if you saw the movie Titanic. Hey, Therese, how are you? You did, Miss Leo. I'm sorry. But if you remember the movie Titanic, where the two older people, the ship is going down, and they were older, and they were Vanderbilts or what they were, and they just stayed in bed together. They didn't get on a lifeboat. She didn't get on a lifeboat. They never left their room. And the last thing you saw was them pulling the blankets up and holding each other. Like, the ship's going down, but we're going down with it. They loved each other, and they weren't going to be separated. And so now, do I think the ship's going down, Libra? I don't think the ship's going down. But I do think big changes are coming, the World reversed, but I think you're masterminding those changes. And the cards are saying you're not wasting your time. The cards are saying the vision is good, okay? The Hangman is there for the long haul, but I love this Three of Cups card. I really do. There's love, there's passion for the work. And I think maybe in the industry, you might be seeing whatever industry or business you're in, because these are money cards, and there's some aspect of toxicity, and many businesses, including the new age and spiritual businesses, we find toxicity. But you're not toxic. That's the thing. And you have a real passion for what you're doing. And I want to say, while things are changing and things are changing, you're kind of rolling with the changes. You're like, okay, out with the old, in with the new. And that's going to serve you well, Libra. Your sense of balance and your sense of fair play and your sense of, everyone deserves a chance is going to serve you well, especially the love, the passion. And Libra does rule the house of partnership and marriage. Libra knows how to partner, and not just romantically, but with friendship and business. They know how to partner. And I want to say, you're good. It's like watching the ship go down. I don't think you're going down with the ship, but there's that energy of like, we're in this together. We know what we're doing. Our hearts are true, and we're going to weather the storm. Okay. Oh, I'm looking at I can't see the prior comments. I'm sorry, I'm looking at this here. Oh, Libra's going to be fine. I have a lot of Libra friends. When I read, plus I have 4 kids, so I'm looking at this from a lot of different perspectives. I love all the signs. There's nobody, I'm not out to get anybody. And that's why when I tell you what the cards I'm pulling, write them down and look them up. I'm not assigning random meanings to the cards. It's just how I'm pulling them together in the story I'm telling with them, which could be very different than the story you might see. Hey, Edmund. I think I'm right, Edmund. I'm pretty sure I am. I got a pretty good track record. Read my Facebook reviews. Oh, and I am so grateful for those reviews. I'm so grateful. You have no idea. Thank you for everyone who's ever written something nice about me in the store. I truly, on Yelp or any of them, I really appreciate you. All right, because that's what directs people to the store nowadays. Nowadays, people just look up reviews, and if they see good reviews, you were the top 10, you were like number 1, read all these nice things. We're here, and that's what brings business into the store. So thank you, genuinely. All right, Scorpio. And if you think Libra was getting hammered, Jennifer, there was some time where Scorpio, damn, could not catch a break. They were horrible. All right, Scorpio, we have the 8 of Coins. I love that card. The Empress, the King of Coins, the 10 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Wands reversed. Okay. So we start off with Scorpio and the 8 of Coins, a great card. It means being motivated at work. It's really enjoying your work, finding pleasure in your work, gainful employment. Sorry, one of the cards for Libra was, was a Devil card. Yeah, but that wasn't just now. The Devil card wasn't in that. Hang on. No, the cards I pulled were, hold on. Oh, you're right, the Devil was there. But the Devil is toxic. It depends on what it's laying next to. And it was laying next to the Ace of Coins reversed and the Sun reversed. So in that case, it's really not so much an addiction card. It can be, but it's mostly just toxic environment or toxic behavior. Okay? If I see that card laying next to, let's say, the King or Queen of Cups reversed, then I could see alcoholic, addict, but there's no person there to make me think, oh, it's an addict. It's more about toxic behavior. And I want to say it's within an industry because there's all that money around it. And there's toxic, and even in the hospitals. The clicks and there's every industry, every business, there's some aspect of toxicity. All right, getting back to Scorpio. The 8 of Coins, the Empress, the King of Coins. Oh, I love that. So looking at gainful employment, the Empress, a woman in power, the King of Coins. I will say security, business security, being paid well or fairly. I'm sorry, I ate very quickly before I started. So there's that. The Ten of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Page of Wands reversed. I'm going to throw one more card to clarify this. The Emperor. I'm wondering if Ten of Swords next to the Knight of Swords almost speaks to the Emperor is the business. Swords are illness and problems, addressing illness and problems. It's not definitely not doing something in a holistic or naturopathic. It feels more like the Magician, the Emperor, knowing what you're doing, but there's not a lot of creativity to it. So it's almost like you're putting out fires. So if you're working in a hospital, if you're working, in a financial, it's definitely nothing creative going on here. It's doing things and doing them well, but it feels like that work isn't the work that everyone could do. All right. It looks like it's. I will say this too. It looks like there's not much room for error. It's the kind of work that you can't afford to fuck this up. All right, because somebody could get really hurt. And I don't see you hurting anybody, by the way, Scorpio, because you know what you're doing. But this idea of being really good at what you do, the Magician, the Emperor. Now it also could be a young person struggling with getting a master's degree to move their career along, and they're doing it, but there's a big struggle. And it's not a financial struggle, it's almost a philosophical struggle. Like, do I want to do this that way? I have a lot of medical students that come in, they're 5-year medical students who all of a sudden are like, I hate Western medicine. I want to be a naturopath. It's like, well, get your medical degree first and then, go into that. But I hear that a lot, this sudden disenchantment, but there's a talent there, Scorpio. It's like you're right where you need to be, and a Scorpio can handle this sort of pressure. I'm talking about a job that has very little room for error. Like you can't, if you screw up, people die. If you screw up, people get really hurt. All right? And even, I think even the pressure of, if I'm looking at a young person who's thinking about taking this work on, it's like, can I handle the pressure? Can I handle, it's like being a heart surgeon, or oh God, or a pilot, there's not much room for error. You can kind of half-ass it up there in the air, Hope that makes sense. Scorpio's got this, but there's just a tremendous pressure. And if it's not you, then it's a young person, so one of your kids or something, but it feels like it's you. And you take it seriously as Scorpio would, But it definitely feels like it's career stuff. It's not happening to you personally, it's career stuff. All right, Sagittarius. Ooh, Sagittarius. Okay, the Six of Swords, travel. The Ace of Cups, love. The Nine of Cups, reversed. The Five of Coins. The Eight of Swords, reversed. And the Five of Wands. Damn. You may be planning a trip, Sagittarius, and it may be Nine of Cups reversed. feel like it's not the right time to go. It's not the right time to go financially. It's not the right time to go emotionally. Either someone visiting you or you going to visit somebody. It feels like you're going or you're doing it so to avoid an argument that you're still going to have. It's almost like you're saying, okay, I'll do this for you, you know, but it's not. It feels like you're acquiescing. You know, okay, I know we need a vacation. Yeah, but it's too expensive. You really can't afford it right now, or again, you don't feel like going where the other person wants to go. This isn't really your choice, and it's not going to end well. You know, it's isn't something where you're like, oh, I'm going to compromise, but it's not. It's too much compromise on your part, and I don't see you happy spending the money, going someplace you don't want to go. Um, you're doing it because you care for someone. I get that, but I don't think it's what you really want. No, Page of Coins reverse. If you could just delay this a little bit, you'd be happier. If there was a way to delay or change this a little bit, it would be better for you. All right, and I get you going with the right attitude, but if you're going to get in a fight afterwards, or it's just going to make hard feelings, and oh, we're all this money, I didn't want to go anyway, and rain the whole time because it's the wrong time of year to go there, but you had to go, oh, I could hear it in my head. So no, if it's at all possible to change this a little bit, Nine of Cups reversed, it would be better if you did. All right. Any travel right now, if there's any way you can delay it and just push it up a little bit longer. Okay. All right. And that could even be like visiting family. It's just, if you could just, Easter's coming. I know a lot of people travel, but it may just be that if you are like having feelings about going to visit, in-laws or your own family, and you're like, then make an excuse and don't go. It wouldn't be a bad thing. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Okay. All right, Capricorn. The Two of Cups reversed. Oh, the Queen of Cups. The Four of Wands reversed. Strength reversed. The Lovers and the Three of Wands. All right. So it starts off with Capricorn. Two people want two different things. That's not the end of the world. I want to say with Capricorn, and this is common, it's trying to find a balance of work and relationship, private time. And also throw some kids in that too. There's some kid energy there. School. Capricorn, and Capricorn is shown as the Queen of Cups, the good mother, the good wife, the good, um, it's funny. So if Capricorn, it would make sense if Capricorn was like an accountant right now, and here we are in April, right? It is insane time. All the accountants are miserable right now, and it's like this is the wrong time. I need to be home with my kids. It's the holidays. I need to help my wife. I need to be home, or I need to be home with the family. I need to be with my husband. But work is insane right now, and there's things they have to do, and you can only. It's all done with love. And to be honest, so is Sagittarius. This idea of trying to make the other person happy, but um, the compromise is all on your part, Sagittarius. With Capricorn, it's like you can only slice a pie so many ways, you know. So and you have to work, and that's what I'm hearing. Like I have to work. I can't not work. But there's other things are calling, and you'd rather be doing them. The things you'd rather be doing. It just feels like it's a really busy time right now, and you can't be all things to all people. All right. Nothing terrible. Nothing terrible. I'll throw more card. Yeah, the Nine of Wands reversed. I mean, you're scaling back. You're trying. All right. But you are being pulled in a bunch of different directions, and that's what I'm seeing here for Capricorn. And the holidays are playing a big part in that too. All right, Aquarius. All right. Aquarius, we have the Hierophant reversed, the Moon, the King of Cups, the Ten of Coins reversed, the Chariot, and the Three of Coins reversed. All right. So the Hierophant is a couple things, but in this case, next to the Moon, it's getting out of a bad habit or getting out of a rut that isn't doing you any good. Hierophant reversed and the Moon. Okay, it's removing yourself. It's bad habit. It's bad way of thinking, and King of Cups. I love that card in terms of spiritual energy, kindness. It's a good father card. It's that like I call positive patriarchy. You know, Ten of Coins reversed, Chariot, excuse me, and the Three of Coins reversed. Feels like there's either work to be done to a house. There's either I get this sense of it's almost like a money pit where it's just like I can't do this anymore. Like I cannot work, come home and work on the house. I can't do this anymore. I have to get out of the house. I got to get out. You know, it's like it's killing me. It feels like trying to move forward, but it's like every time it's like, well, you know, this is broken. Well, you know, it feels like you probably invested in a house that was a fixer-upper and you're realizing what fixer-upper really means. You know, it just feels like it just doesn't end. It's just constantly with your time and money, and you're tired of it. Like you want to go have some fun. It's spring. You don't want to spend every waking moment, morning, noon, and night, working on this house or this project. It may not be your house. Maybe it's your parents' house. Maybe it's your one of your family members' houses, or you know. But this idea of just I'm stuck in a rut and I can't do this anymore. It's not good for my mental health. All right. But or it could be the idea of saving for a house, and every penny's got to go for the house. And it's just wait, this is not healthy. We can't just live for, you know. It just feels like something's got to give for Aquarius. It feels like all work and no play, and it's just wanting to be a good sport, wanting to be a good person. I'm looking at it really as a good person. And maybe if you're an Aquarius female and it's your husband who's the one who's, you know, well, he works all the time. He works really hard at work, comes home and he gets to work on the house, the yard, the this, the that. Maybe you need to sit there and wave the white flag for him and say, you know what we're going to do? We're not going to do any housework this weekend. We're going to go and we're going to get out of here and go do something else. We're going to go visit some friends, or we're going to go someplace. But maybe it's you who needs to say that. If you're watching someone killing themselves and that's all they're doing, maybe it's up to you to say, okay, we're going to take a little break here. All right? Sometimes it's up to the other person to sit there and say, okay, you're done now. Let's go to bed. You've had enough. It's 2 a.m. and you got to get up in 5 hours. Let's go. You know, you're done. Put it away. I've been that person. I've had people, husbands, you know, had to say to me, you know, it's enough. Because I'm trying to, you know, do one more thing. All right? And Aquarius, they are workers, man. But all work and no play is not healthy. I'm just going to throw here for Pisces. All right. Okay, Pisces, here we go. Oh, the Eight of Wands reversed, focused on work. Six of Cups reversed, not going anywhere. Three of Cups reversed. The Sun, the Devil reversed. The Ace of Swords reversed. Ugh. All right, well, I mean, it's not the worst. I'm a Pisces myself, right? But this is the absolute opposite of what I just said about Aquarius. This is like, okay, no, you need to focus on work. Okay, yeah, it's all work and no play. Well, this is work some more. Um, this is redirect your energies to things you don't enjoy doing because you actually let some things go, and it's time to address them. Okay, things that maybe you don't enjoy and you've not taken care of them. I can think of at least 10 things that I am guilty of being too busy to address. And the sun is shining on this reading. It's good. It's success. The devil reversed. You got it. Um, Ace of Swords reversed and Nine of Coins. Okay. Listen, it's just redirect. For Pisces, it's a simple reading. It's redirecting your energy back into working things maybe you just chose to overlook because they're not pleasant, they're not fun. Things that maybe don't bring you joy, don't spark joy, as Marie Kondo would say. But they still got to be done. It's so funny. I was turning the lights on and looking at my front window, and I need to pull everything out and put a coat of paint. It wasn't painted properly. I gotta repaint those front windows, and I'm like, I gotta do that. It has to get done. It looks terrible. So yeah, things like that. Okay, and there's the money, the Nine of Coins. I mean, it is the money's there to do the work, and it's just it's not sexy. It's not fun, but it all leads towards success. So the idea of refocusing yourself, Pisces, redirecting yourself. Eight of Wands reversed. Focus on on work, on school, on whatever it is that's going to bring you forward success wise. Okay. All right. That's the readings for this week. Thank you all for being here. Let's hope we don't have any more breaks in the action because I've missed it myself. Guys, everyone, I don't know. It's just tough out there. So try to focus on self-protection. Really try to focus on keeping your energy clear. Keep your house clear. If you haven't saged or cleansed lately, please do. Please set your wards, take your salt bath. As you're doing your spring cleaning, reset your stuff, your stones, everything you have, your altar, your shrines. Bring in fresh flowers. Bring in the energy. Open the windows, fresh air. We're going to need it. We're going to need all the energy we can get more sleep, take care of yourself because I'm telling you right now, it's not going to get easier. Things are not going to get easier out there. We're going to get stronger. All right. Thank you. Thank you all, Lynette, Chase, everyone, good night, and everyone behave. Okay. Thank you. Bye now.